kind of like recording studios. Every accessory for this thing is about 150 to 300 bucks. And some of the accessories are super cool, some are super useful. And it all starts where the rubber meets the road. And these are chucks. Somebody called me out on decelerating by grabbing onto it. What I was actually doing was that VFD was decelerating. It handles all the decelerating. If I hit stop up here, the motor would free run and I could break it there. But there with the what do they call this? This is the brake, so it breaks this pulley. This, I have to measure the current for this, but I'm not running power. So to make this thing safer, like Eddie can't turn this thing on, I've hidden the cables way up there inside the box. So the cables to make this thing work are hidden from my children. I have to get faceplates. That is on the list of things to do. I taught Eddie at a very young age how dangerous electricity is. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me how. Okay, step 3 is get this hardinge lathe up and running. The mill is milling. I drilled one very precise hole into this cross slide. And what this cross slide allows me to do is move a tool on a post. So this allows for quick release. I really undersized this hole into this very vintage piece of hardinge cast. Why? I'd like to remake this part, but I'm not good enough on the mill yet. So this piece here, somebody took a chunk off of it, and they don't make this tool style much anymore. So this is an OXA, and this is an AXA quick change tool post. So this post is rated to be moved up and down 0 to 10 inches. So the lower you can get this, the better. So this little carriage allows me to move this post in and out, and I can adjust different points on it and move it on the, they call this a split bed. So I have this is called a live center. So if I put a piece of stock through the machine, through my collet, I can hold it with this. So this spins, just this little tip spins. And this is the tailstock. The tailstock is graduated, so it has inches, and then it has, I don't know, what is this, tenths? Then I have this is called a turret. This is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 position turret. I can't remember this. It's like 5/8, 3/8. It's bigger than a half inch, so it's 5/8. Then it has these little clamps inside here that clamp in on this. So you put chucks. This is called a chuck, and this is called a chuck. So this chuck can have a drill bit, and with this handle, you can bring in one, and then change the tool, and then bring in another one, change the tool, bring in another one, change the tool. Pretty useful to, change between different types of cutters. You can also do that here. So this tool post has these little sleds This is a knurler. This is a cutoff, made in China. Very proudly made in China. This is a boring bar holder. This is a cutter holder. So all of these sleds slide into this holder, and then you can lock it in position, and then here you can adjust the height of the tool relative to the center. So I undersized this because the bolt it's shipped with, this is what you wanted as a slot in the cross slide. So this tool is super tiny. It borders a watchmaker's lathe and a big boy lathe. It's a gunmaker's lathe. This is a thread I don't have. So I can hold work with collets. So I have a drawer. I gotta put handles on this thing. These are collets. So if I had a piece of material that was exactly 1 inch, I could put that into the machine, and as I tighten it, it would clamp the material. But you see how much contact area it would make as a clamp? So if my material was exactly 1 inch and I clamped it, it would be locked in there so tight. So those are collets, and those go in there. The next step for this machine, I thought about this and it was terrifying. So this I'm going to turn into low gear, high gear. And I thought about this as a vary speed, but I thought about, like, if you like knock this over accidentally, you could really mess something up, and mess something up on here if you changed it, bumped it. So I don't know what to make this one, but I have 1, 2, 3 positions on that switch. So I have the ability to do 3 macros. So I don't know, like, I think I might do low, medium, high, and this will be reverse, stop, and reverse, stop, and forward. So that will be this reverse, stop, forward, or is it I don't know. I guess this is the bottom. So reverse, stop, forward, low, stop, high. So that can't use, I don't want to put actual 3-phase power through these vintage contactors. As beautiful as they are, what I am going to do is I am going to use them to drive the VFD. So these contacts will I will program them to make these decisions with some type of logic to drive that. But in the meantime, I'm just going to drive it directly off of that, and not do stupid things for now. Right now, the motor is sitting on this. All of this stuff is butcher block. So I took this lathe. I bought this lathe in New York, and I packed it in my Volkswagen Golf. I took the whole stand. The guy thought I was a lunatic, and I am. And I got this whole 3-phase power motor. I took it all apart. I have all the pieces, have everything, documentation. Got to get it done. Anyway, good luck in your project. This is what's coming up next for me. Is actually, I'd like to turn this thing on, and I could make chips as soon as I turn it on. So I got to find some stock, and I have some hex stock. I have that. I have an Allen key that I would like to turn. I'd like to make my own bolt. My goal is to make my own bolt. One. I would like to make one bolt. So we'll see how that goes.